Hi guys, Squirrel here. Welcome back to my summer car. It's 4 AM. It's really dark outside. Today we are going to go and earn some extra cash in a different way. There are 3 scrap cars in the game that you can go and retrieve, let's use that word, from a barn. And then you sell them to the mechanic and he'll pay you for it. They're worth different amounts. Today we're going to go and get the, probably the closest one. Let's fill that up. The closest one, which pays the least, funnily enough. But it still pays about 3,200-ish mark, which is still, like, as much as you're going to get for a full load of chopped wood. So it's still worth doing. Oh, scumbag game. I just noticed we're dirty, so I thought we'll waste a bit of time before we get going here. What the heck? Thermostat is on. What's the temperature in here? Temperature's high enough. Okay, we're working now. Fine. Okay, be like that game. Be glitchy. Be early access. So yeah, we're going to do that. We could chop up some wood, earn some 3,000 that way. We could go and do the silage runs, or the poop shoot runs, or whatever you want to call them. All of which we need to do. At the end of the day, you know, we're never going to run out of needs to make more money. But I thought we'd do that one because it's kind of fun. And you've not seen it yet, so it'll be different. Just going to have a quick drink in the shower. And then, obviously, you got to go, right? Mix it in with the water. Because it's a long way to the toilet down there. Ooh. I didn't notice that before. Quick shake. Make sure everything is out of there. And then we'll dribble on the carpet. Right, we're going to need to make sure we've got some food. By the time we get there, it should, in theory, be light enough to see what we're doing. And then we've got to drag the scrap around. So let me shut that. Do we need that today? Do we need that? We don't need that. That's for the tractor, really, I think. Although we should really fill up the tractor with it because... how are we going to do this? When we go back to pick our parts up, I must remember to take that thing. Why have I got some food? That should be inside. Now, given we're going to collect parts, I don't think we're collecting any big parts, so we could probably go in the car. So I'm going to put that in there. Actually, I'm going to put it on the driver's seat, and hopefully that'll remind me to actually empty it into the tractor before I go back. Because by the time I come to do that, I will probably have forgotten. Right, we've got beer in here. We've got a bit of food. But we're not going to be going anywhere near a food supply. So let's have a very quick snack. Make sure we get the hunger bar down. Let's close that. Let's put our head through and have a... let's have a pizza. Why not? Of course, pizza makes you thirsty. Obviously a very salty pizza. Right, let's hit the road. Let's get out of here. Dawn is breaking, as they say. Can you hear the cuckoo? Or the owl, which sounds like a cuckoo. The dog barking. Told you, you can't stop those things. Maybe we should bring some mosquito spray. Just so that I don't annoy you people who get really wound up by the mosquitoes. I think we can reach it if we go in here. And there should be one over there. Come on, game. There we go. Right, there's no... oh, there are mosquitoes. Let's put some on. Let's go Odomos. And then we'll put that in the truck. Is that shut? There we go. Right, we're ready to leave. Finally. Let's get going. Can't do anything about the windows. Currently, and I don't know if this is planned or not, but it's currently not possible to clean the windows, which I find very annoying. I would love it if they give you the way to clean the vehicles, to wash them. You know, I can appreciate them getting dirty, but please give me a way of cleaning them. Rear left axle. Just waiting for the light to go out. There we go. Let's see. Rear left axle is down. I think that's down. Differential lock. Actually, let me just double check that. Yep, the axle's down. It's a lot more stable when the axle's down, and I'll be honest, there isn't really much point in lifting it up because it doesn't do anything good when you lift it up. All that really happens is your vehicle gets more unstable. It's not like it's wearing out any tyres as it would in real life, which is the real reason to lift it. Okay, right then. We've got the sledgehammer, haven't we? Yep. Not that we strictly need it. Okay, the first one is we go down to the end of the road and turn right. Sound like a sat-nav. Go down to the end of the road, turn right. Then we're going to go along the road there, try and avoid the green car. Although we shouldn't, in theory, die, given that we're in a truck. But you never know with this game. We're trying to avoid him, and then there'll be a barn, and then there's another barn. And in that barn, we'll find a chassis of a car. But the car will have no wheels on it, so we're going to have to drag it out. And that's where it can get a bit glitchy on the physics side of things. But we'll get it out of there. You can't push it out. It's too much resistance without any wheels. But we can drag it out with the truck, and then we're going to basically drag it around to the mechanic and sell it. That's the plan. Now, in theory, you could bring a tractor and lift it out of there, and that's probably another way of doing it. However, the tractor is pretty slow compared to the truck. And although it's a bit better faff to get it out of there, once we're in the truck, we'll be able to move a lot faster, so that's why I'm using the truck. But you can do it whichever way you like. Although I suggest you don't try and use the Ven. Getting a little bit bouncy. In case you're wondering, I use my G27 wheel to steer with. You can use an Xbox controller, you can use keyboard and mouse in this game. Whatever you fancy. Although I will say that the game is a lot easier to drive with a wheel. It just is. The controller is a little bit weird. It's a bit oversensitive in my opinion. And there doesn't appear to be a way of controlling the sensitivity. I hate that corner though. You can't see anything that's coming around. Now, you can steal these vehicles any time of day. So, you know, if you fancy it, you could even... Didn't plan that to happen. You could even go out at night, if you fancied it. That wasn't planned, by the way. Let's get out of there and low. There we go. As long as you don't tip the truck over, you've got a decent chance of getting yourself out of there. So you can do it at night, you just can't see what you're doing. That's the thing. Right, on the right, you should see a barn. There it is, you see it? It's not that one. There's me saying it's easy to steer and then immediately ditch it. Of course that's going to happen. That barn there is no good. Ignore it. Watch out for the rock here, and particularly watch out for this rock. Now that barn there, that's the one we want. Okay. I do wonder if the green car only drives around at certain times of the day. Well, I think I've overshot. There we go. Because sometimes you don't see him, but sometimes he does bin it anyway, so he might have just binned it somewhere. Oh, really, game? Really? Did I really stall it? I don't think I did. Okay, right. Now, like I say, you can use the sledgehammer to knock down the doors. Another way of doing it is to do this. Not that. Maybe like that. Okay, that has worked when I reversed into it. Maybe it doesn't work when you do it forward. Not to worry. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. It's probably more fun anyway. Okay, let's get out of here. Press F. Gives us the sledgehammer, and then... Hung! Hung! There you go. Easy as. Okay, put that in the back. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive forward, so then as we try and reverse it out, we can actually see what we're doing. Which will help a little bit. So let's do that. So parking brake's coming off. And also try and get the centre. I'll try and get the centre of the truck in the centre of the shed so we can try and draw it out in a relatively straight line. Like that. Parking brake on. Alright. So we click this thing here. And then we click one down here. That's fairly straight. We'll just take it easy. Try and back it up out of there. If it starts to twist, then it'll get stuck on the side of this shed. So it's a bit of a pain, this bit. There, you see it moving? Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Lovely. Right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to spin around. Let's detach that cable. We are going to spin around and connect the reverse on. Let's see, there's an awkward ditch there. Now this is a tricky bit, I think, because you can't really see what you're doing in this truck. You can't stick your head out the window very easily. Well, you kind of can, but let me put the UI back on. Press F2, it turns off the UI, in case you didn't know. But what we want to do is try and get lined up and pretty close to the car, so that the rope is not very long. Because the longer the rope is, the more it's going to flap around back there as we're driving. And flapping around is one thing you don't want when you're towing something. Not got the best turning circle, this thing. Okay, really hard to see where we're lined up now. Let's go forward a bit. You see, it's just so hard to see whereabouts we are. Oh, I can hear the green... I can hear the green car. Can you hear him? That means he's stuck in a bush, which is beautiful for us. Okay, look at that. I'm absolutely miles away, and I'm not even lined up. That's hilarious. Now, having the green car in the tree like that is actually really good news. Because it means he won't bother us until we save the game, at which point he'll get reset. He will sit there. Nobody will rescue him. We're not going to rescue him. Okay, let's try. These mirrors are just so bad. Right, that'll do. Let's put that into park there. That's going to be close enough for what we're trying to do. Okay, so we want to get that. And we want to attach to... That's great. That's fine. Once we start driving, it'll all straighten itself out. It'll flap around anyway. But at least we haven't got the green car to worry about. Which is really good. Alrighty then. Low air pressure warning, don't worry about that. So just look in your mirror and just make sure that it's coming with you before you start accelerating away. Where is that guy? He's around here somewhere. He's definitely beached it into a tree. He's the only car that comes down here. And he quite often goes too quick. I really wish I could see him. I might go and greet him. Okay, I can't see him. But it wasn't a normal driving noise, it was the sound of something that was upside down or in a tree. Okay, let's not worry about him. Oh, there he is! There he is in the distance! No! He got himself free. Oh my god, you little scumbag. Oh my god. Was that an optical illusion? Because I thought I saw... I'm going to have to watch that back. It looked to me like he was driving away, and then all of a sudden he was coming back towards us. That was the weirdest thing. Luckily he came back on a flat bit, which meant I can get out the way easily. Yeah, so my advice is try not to cut the corners too much, particularly when there are trees, because this thing can snag on the trees. Think of it like towing a fishing line. If you keep it out of the mess, it'll be fine, otherwise it'll snag on something. Have we still got a trailer? Yes, we have. Yeah, luckily doing this doesn't actually wreck the chassis, so it'll still pay full money for it. Right, so that's the turning back home. What we want to do is we want to go down here. We're going to go to the other junction where we turn right to go to the highway. Instead, we'll turn left as if we're going to the woodcutter guy. And we'll just keep going. We'll take the dirt track route. It's shorter. And taking this on the highway at this, you know, the speeds we can go is too risky. We're going to get something trying to ram us, no doubt. Now, if you get this truck stuck, pretty much the only thing that's going to get you out is a tractor. So, as long as we don't beach it, we're fine. And the other thing to make sure you do before you set off is make sure you've got plenty of fuel, because if you run out of fuel, you're going to have to come back with a canister. Bearing in mind you have to get yourself home first. A truck takes a lot of fuel, that's the thing. I mean, you're looking like about a 600 to 700 mark fill-up, I think. Maybe even more. Which is why I'm trying to earn some money. Because we've got to pay for some parts tomorrow. Oh, there's Jeff. Whatever his name is. So he's waiting for silage. Which is another money spinner we could go for. I think we need to do some of those poop shoot jobs, because I don't think it'll spawn anymore. Like, we've got 3 now, and I think they're the only 3 on the map. So until we do those, we're not going to get any more. So it's just kind of money sitting there, really. I think we'll have a beer, you know. Getting a bit thirsty. Can we throw that out the window? Okay. There's the log delivery. I don't know what happens to the bottle. It'll probably get stuck under the pedal in a minute. So this is why I use the truck, because it is just so much faster. But if you want to, use the tractor. Now imagine when you get the car up to full speed and you're banging it down here. Every Saturday they have the rally races as well, which you can enter as soon as you've got your driving license plate on the front, which we now have, because we did that in the last episode. But our car is nowhere near ready for a rally. It needs a lot of work on it first. We need the racing exhaust and muffler, the radiator, the new carb, nice wheel, some new racing wheels. There's plenty of money to be spent before we can do that. But we'll get there, and then we'll go racing. And we'll see what kind of time we can put in without dying. Okay, I think that's the mechanic over there. Yeah, once you start seeing these houses, there are also poop jobs here as well. At these houses, so we can come along here and do like 3 silage runs. I think he's probably... Is it him or that guy? That guy there, I think. Okay, so we're going to basically drag it onto his forecourt here. I don't know if that's on enough. Let me have a quick look. Nah. We need to get it on the gravel a bit more, I think. Actually, can we move that out of the way? He might think we're nicking that if I drive it now. So when you bring your car in for like structural work, like body work and stuff, you get to drive that American muscle car there, which you might think is going to be awesome, but it's actually a massive death trap. Oh, you scumbag. Here we go. Let's leave the ignition off for a few seconds. Oh man, it does this. The engine does this sometimes. It's really annoying. You stall it and then it won't start again. See what I mean? Let me go and check. Let me go and see if the guy... He might not be awake yet. Let me go and see if the guy will pay us. We might have to detach the tow before he'll pay us. Let's see what he's doing. Oh, there you go. What a great find. Have some money for it. Thank you. Don't call me a newbie. Have a nice day. I just want to wet that ash for you there. Just make sure you don't catch fire. Doing you a favour. Cool. 3,200 in the bank. I'll take it. What I don't know is what happens if you just drive off with this thing? Can you bring it back later and sell it to him again? I have no idea. I might shove this out the way, actually. I might shove it around the back. If we can. If we can get the truck started, that is. So yeah, I mean, it's an easy 3,200, but it's not repeatable. It's a one-shot deal. But it's definitely worth doing. You actually serious game. I think it's a bug, this. See how the lights went on and off quickly? Right, we've got it moving. Try not to damage his car. Now, while we're here, I think this guy wanted his silage doing, didn't he? I think. While we've got the truck out and about, why not do the job? The only problem is, I'm going off memory at this point that this guy wanted the job doing. Because if he didn't, he'll quite happily let you empty the silage and not pay you. So I am relying on the fact that he wanted it doing. But I'm not actually 100% that he did. I remember there being 2 markers here. And I think there's one here and one over there. So we're just going to have to risk it, I'm afraid. Okay, let's go with that. Well, you've seen the drill. It's pretty straightforward, this bit. You just don't fall in there because you will die if you do. Not good. Probably one of the worst deaths that you could wish for. Okay. Up you get. Make sure it goes all the way in. So hopefully he's going to pay us. Slurpy slurpy. Might as well add a bit to it. Should probably turn the headlights off now. We don't really need those on. Let's go and have a look at the piece of scrap that we left behind. So yeah, he paid 3,200, but you can see that that is basically the chassis of this. You know, it's basically that. Why is that? What's with the shadow going on here? What on earth is all that about? So, I mean, that's obviously like the Satsuma, but beaten up and rusted. That's like that one. Please tell me you're going to pay me, bro. If you don't, I'm just going to tip it all over you. I promise. And there's like a Saab over there. Like an old Saab. So I wonder if he's got more models planned, you know? Where's the lights? Is this thing still filling up? Yeah, he's paying. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I'm very happy with your work. I couldn't do any better. No, because you don't have a machine like I do. Thanks. So now we've got 7k in total, which is beautiful. Okay, so what I'm going to attempt to do now is pull forward very slowly to get that pipe out of there. So easy to break the tube off doing this. Easy does it. Okay, let's have a look. Hopefully we've still got a tube attached. Scumbag! I hate you. I hate you. One day I'm gonna put stingers out. If you could buy stingers, I'd put them down. Honestly, I would. Take out the guy's tires. Lift that out of there. Once you get to the end, it's fine, but this thing is so heavy, it falls back in under its own gravity so easily. Okay, let's get the end. And we shall put that back. There we go. Nice. So we've got how much silage now? Almost 5,000 litres of poop. And nowhere to put it. Or do we? If you ever find that you want to save it when you're here, there is actually a save spot around the back of the garage there. If you're desperate to save it, there is a little poop thingy there. You see that wooden thing? I seem to remember 2 jobs in this area, so I'm kind of wondering if this guy wanted doing as well, but I don't think he's there, is he? Is he there? Oh, he is there. Alright. This guy's ripped me off before, so... I'm a bit unsure about this guy. Let's see what happens. I think there were 2 darts in the dartboard thing map for this guy. Alright, a bit more forward. Let's try that. Perfect. That'll do nicely. Okay, drop you in there. So you can see how heavy it is. It just wants to fall under its own gravity. Why is the poop always green though? That's what I can't work out. Or if I expect it to be more of a brown colour. Maybe the guy eats a lot of vegetables like sprouts and stuff. I think it's time for a beer. I shall share a beer with you, sir. It's thirsty work. Mind if I put the bottle on the table? No? He's getting a bit fatigued, but other than that, we're all good. Obviously getting a bit dirty. It's like he's got a broken leg, isn't he? Look at that leg's broken. You see it? The way he's sat. Just sat there eating little stubby beers, looking into the garden. Like, what a wonderful garden he's got as well. Right, what are we on here? I don't think we're going to be able to empty that 3rd job, you know. Although maybe we can. They do about 2,500 litres each of these guys, so if he was on 5, we're going to go to 7.5. We should be able to make it to 10. So yeah, we should, in theory, be okay. Gonna have to get some diesel for the truck, though. I think, in theory, it's always better to try and go past the fuel station when you're doing these jobs, but... given how tired I am, and given that there's another job back that way, and the fuel station's that way... kind of tempted to go for the extra job instead of the fuel run, because I think we're still on half a tank, so... yeah, we're still... there's the fuel gauge there, you see. We've got plenty of fuel. Yay! Let me just get rid of that. Thank you very much, he says. Thanks for the 1200. We're now at 8,154. Right, same deal. Try and pull forward a bit. If I break the tube, we won't be able to do the 3rd job. Just got to ride the clutch a little bit, really. There we go, nice and steady. Let's try that. Lovely. Look at that, it kind of looks to me like it was about to snap. That looks like it's on upside down to me. Should go that way, shouldn't it? Oh god, don't fall down. Nope, sit there like that and go on perfectly. That's it. Awesome. Now, if we get the final one, we'll be on 9,000, which is beautiful. That'll buy us a lot of good stuff. We can actually do another order for the new carbs and things. And get some serious engine upgrades done. Of course, when we put the new carbs on, we'll have to tune them up again. That's no problem. We've got the fuel mixture gauge. It makes it a lot easier. Right, there's a bit down here where if you're driving in your car and you're going really quick, you want to be very careful. Well, obviously the water bit there, but particularly where there's a bend and a water bit, you really don't want to go in the water. This bit here, it's almost like a bridge. Look at it. You come flying around here and lose it, and you're going straight into that lake. Now, we can expect to meet the green car on the way back, so let's bear that in mind. Also, I need to remember where the house is. We've got the log guy first, and then after him, just near the junction, will be the final guy who wants sucking, shall we say. He wants his poop sucking and spitting out somewhere else. We need to decide where to put it, actually. Is that a house? That's not a valid house, I don't think. Not for sewage, anyway. I keep calling it silage. It's sewage, not silage. That's the log guy. And here, if we slow it down a bit, is... where is he? He's here, isn't he? Somewhere? I think this is him. Yeah, here he is. There's Jeff. So difficult trying to work out how far back to reverse, though. Let's go with that. This has been a busy day. Oh, he's got the thing right at the back on this one. Everybody else's you can reverse up to. Let's try that. That's not good enough. If you don't get the pipe, like, all the way down, it doesn't collect the whole thing, and you can sit there scratching your head like, why is he not paying me? Because the guy just mystically knows when you've emptied the tank. I'm hoping that's okay now. Yes, that'll do. Final job of the day. And then we'll have to go home and sleep, and then we'll have to go to the shop. So now the way the game works, and this is a bit annoying actually. We can't order any more stuff until we've collected our current stuff, which is irritating because right now I would like to put another order in. Now if this was normal mail order, we would be able to do that. I shall have another beer. The advantage of being on the dirt tracks, of course, is we'll never get done for drink driving. Because technically we're off-road. So yeah, what we have to do is we have to drive up to the shop, collect the parts, then come back, create another order, then go back to the shop and deliver the order. So it's like, ugh. We can't just take another order with us and then collect the parts. It won't let you do it. Which I disagree with. I think that's very stupid. How we doing, Jeff? Mind if I sit on the step with you here? So, how's life? Have you thought about ordering some Adidas ones? They have 3 stripes instead of 2, Jeff. They're much classier. You know, you can actually do this. You can actually pee on yourself. And I think you can drink it as well. Not something I've ever felt compelled to do, personally. Right, he should be emptying up any second, hopefully. Unless this tank's filled up. We've got some capacity left. Needle's still rising, though. If that fills up, we've got a problem. come on. Yes. Beautiful. Just about worked out. Let me pull forward. And then we'll get paid. If the pipe had snapped that time, it wouldn't have mattered too much. Show me the money, Jeff. Show me the money, sir. Thank you very kindly. We'll take that. 9.5 grand, dude. 9.5 grand we've got. So much money. You don't get any more there, Jeff, have you? Okay, let's lift that out of that. Not surprisingly, my guy is tired and dirty. That goes on there. And we are done and done. This is good though, because we've done these multiple jobs today. It means that next couple of episodes we can focus on fitting some cool parts onto the truck. Because we've earned enough money to do the to do what we need. Okay, that grass is... I mean, we are fully laden right now. That's the other thing to consider. This is quite a steep hill. Now, it's up to you, or me, or whatever, where you empty the sewage. The game doesn't dictate. For example, we could drive the truck around to collect the parts instead of taking the van. And that way we could fill the truck up. I think we've got enough room in the back. The only time you really need the van is if you order the exhaust parts or seats, because they're pretty big. Which we didn't do this time. We've only ordered fairly small pieces. So we could go up in the truck to get the stuff, and then we can refuel the truck. And also we can empty the sewage. We can empty it somewhere nice, like, I don't know, front of the church, or in a lake, on the highway next to the police, you know. All these options spring to mind. Well, that'll be for next time. Right now we just need to get back, have a sauna, have a bite to eat, and we'll have to go to sleep, I'm afraid. But tomorrow we'll get some new parts. So yeah, I could just dump it here, to be honest, but I'll leave it full, and we'll empty it in town tomorrow. I have ideas. This is very undulating, isn't it? So yeah, 9,300, what am I thinking? I'm thinking carburetor, exhaust muffler, race can, some alloys, and we ordered a cheap wheel, so I won't have the expensive wheel. It's $2 grand for a Woodward radio, so we might have to skip that one for now. And we could probably spend some money on the car itself. So if we take the car itself down to the mechanic, he can fix various panels, straighten them out, because I think there's some bent panels. He'll straighten them out, and we can get the rust removed, but all of it takes money. And to do that, we have to take the car down there, and leave it with him and drive the muscle car back. Otherwise we can't get back. Maybe in the future when they provide the bus, maybe the bus will stop at the mechanic and you can take that instead of the American car. What a day. What a very, very productive day. What have we earned? 3,600 in sewage and 3,200 in a scrap. Let's try and turn this thing around, just makes it easier. Like I say, not the best turning circle in the world. Ouch, sorry, I punched the microphone. Right, there we go. Engine off. Whew. I think we've earned a sauna and a beer. Because that was some serious work. I'm surprised the phone isn't going to ring, to be honest, with the guy from the shop saying your stuff's here. It's probably been ringing a few times. Right, it's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon in the game. Blimey. That's really not good, because it means we're going to be waking up like almost the middle of the night. In other words, our sleep pattern is messed up. Sure is good. Good to get all that poop and grime off. There's no way you can go to bed. I mean, if you did a job like that for a living, I don't know if you'd ever truly get the smell out of here, but you would definitely, you'd definitely want to have a shower before you go in bed. You really would. Okay, that's relatively clean. Close that. Let's have some chips. And let's have a drink of water. That's all the essentials taken care of. That's my dog. So, we'll leave it here. I shall save it now. And I shall see you on the next episode when we're going to take the truck up to the shop, collect our parts, get rid of the poop out the back of the truck, come back and fit the parts. But that's it from me. Until the next episode, guys, take care. Happy driving.